Okay, not as much to talk about tonight, I'm afraid. Honestly, because I'm a little tired. Work, we were kind of slammed today, so didn't have a lot of time for thought. Uh, I will say that I have a game idea that's been bouncing around in my head of of doing a game, and I'm not sure what system I would use to do this. Maybe Fate. Fate's a good choice, and really for most things, Fate's a pretty good choice. But the idea is sort of cross G.I.Joe with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of thing, where you guys play normal people whose job is dealing with superheroes and superhero threats. And you are, you know, ultra badass specialists uh, with training and techniques and weapons to allow you to try and deal with them. If it comes down to a straight up fight, you know, you're not going to beat a Superman or what have you, but you might be able to bring down somebody who's a threat if you work together and coordinate. Uh, and more importantly, you can head off people before they're threats by, helping to find people before they uh, sort of decide what direction they're going to go, and send them off to be trained if they are amenable to being good guys, and maybe deal with them in other means if they're not amenable to being good guys. And it's just Agents of Shield, like Marvel's Agents of Shield on ABC. It's a great show, but I was thinking more in the sort of the GI Joe line where all the party members have a particular uh, military, speciality, and have cool code names. And yeah, sure, you can be the ninja, and this guy will be the heavy weapons expert, and this one's the medic and biosciences expert, and this guy over here, he's your combat hacker that uh, a la Mainframe or Dial Tone from G.I. Joe. And yeah, that was my thinking. I don't know. It'd be kind of a neat idea. I would enjoy running that game. I think the that idea has sort of bounced up and down in my head on occasion. Um, I think I would really want to avoid having anyone on the team that had powers. The whole point, the whole theme is you are the well-trained ordinary people who protect the rest of humanity from the terrible, terrible things that are out there in the dark. And I think that would be kind of awesome. It's not unlike, I guess, Hunter in, or Hunter's Hunted in World of Darkness, except more in a superhero world rather than supernatural, instead of being vampire hunters or anything like that. It'd be more like, all right, we have to go take down this band of mutants who've decided to go take up terrorism. Uh, Things like that. And because you are normal, that threat difference is still there. In that, yeah, in a stand-up fight on the bad guy's terms, they're going to wipe the floor with you. So you do everything in your power to make sure you never face them on their terms. It's a lot of planning. It's a lot of dealing with the tactical realities of it. Plus the sort of theme of you're so badly in over your head, but you still have a job to do that you can't just put it aside once you've seen that side of the world. Once you've done that kind of work, it's really hard to walk away from it. So having that theme in there as well. Um, the the essential conflict is you're fighting in fights you're not big enough for. and you're doing it because if you don't do it, those fights could bleed over into Main Street. You know, you could be heading off Hydra or something like that before Hydra gets, up and running and heading off AIM or what have you. Not necessarily in the Marvel Universe. It could be a world in and of itself, a different world altogether, or, maybe run into Mutant Masterminds or DC, or, in DC it'd be like Checkmate, or, but the idea was sort of get that feel that Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has, but to apply that sort of G.I. Joe, each character is cool in his own way, uh, specialist, more military ethic to it. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Is a great show, but it never really feels like any government agency would ever have anything like that. Um, and whereas G.I. Joe uh, at least has that sort of thin veneer of military style organization to it. So I was thinking of combining those two feels to make the game. So I was thinking that would be a cool game. I may be wrong. Um, it's maybe because I read some G.I. Joe comics recently. Yeah, it came up again in my head. Anyways, I may be alone in that. I may be the only one who thinks that's a good idea. Um, but yeah, that's one of my game ideas that I keep thinking I want to run that. Um, but I've always been fond of the little guy story, the guy who's ordinary in an extraordinary world, trying to stay relevant, to have effect on the world, and not have to necessarily depend on these gods that walk among them to protect them or to do things for them or to be at their mercy. Sometimes the little guy wins. That's, I think, one of the nice things about the Tolkien stories is really ultimately the heroes are always the little guy. In his case, the literally the hobbits, but the whole notion is the ordinary man in an extraordinary circumstance can rise and make the world better. And I think that would be kind of awesome to do. Um, anyway, that's been one of my favorite themes, and I keep coming back to it. Um, and we'll, maybe I'll run that someday. Anyways, if you have any ideas on this, if you've ever thought about doing something similar, if you like that theme or don't like that theme, let me know in the comments or something. That'd be cool. I'd be happy. Anyway, uh, that's my late night ramble. And subscribe, like, do all the usual thingies. And I'll talk to you later.